This episode of Spectre Sound Studios is brought to you by Eargasm Earplugs.
I will not take advice from solar players by default.
All right, that's it. We finally got a comment from I Love It All, the one person whose opinion matters more than everybody's. Sorry, guys, that's it. No more viewers' comments. Show's over. Get out of here. Yeah, I'm sure that's exactly how that guy wanted my comment to go. You know, my show being over and whatnot, so he can feel superior and whatnot. I don't really know what the big beef is he has with solar guitars. Honestly, I think this guitar is brilliant. This is the Fanfret 6-string, and yeah, I've really been enjoying the hell out of it. The pickups sound absolutely fierce. It plays brilliantly. What's not to love? But I get it, you know, it didn't come from a certain country, so obviously it must be of inferior quality, or, you know, reasons close to that or something like that. Who the hell knows? Anyway, fabulous guitar, and nobody's paying me to say this either. I really, really do like this one. And despite what I Love It All says, I'll be coming at you every Friday to answer your best comments and questions. So if you've got something you'd like to learn about recording or guitar or even some camera gear from time to time, please hit me up, leave a comment below if it's cool. If I think it has value, I'll be more than happy to put it on the show. Anyway, the show's about you, not about me, so let's get right to your comments and questions.
Holy fuck, Glenn, your right hand is on fire! Major props, dude. Really inspired me to start practicing more because my down picking's been lacking lately.
Yeah, well, I gotta give credit to Trey Xavier for this one. He's been watching, he gave me some advice there with my right hand picking. And I used to play, you know, splayed picking, like traditional splayed picking like this, like I was taught, you know, during guitar lessons and whatnot. And Trey's like, look, if you look at some of the heavier hitters, like, say, Ola England or James Hetfield, you notice, like, see, when they're doing Wherever I May Roam and the Year and a Half of Life Metallica, they're playing close-fisted. And you can just impact the strings that much more and play with that much more force, thereby turning down the gain on your amp a little bit and getting the saturation through more forceful playing, which gives you an overall better, clearer sound, which is kind of weird, but it really works. And that, and you develop some real muscles. Like I said, I've got this weird ball of muscle right here on my forearm that I never had before. That's all because of the, you know, punch the guitar down picking. It definitely takes some practice to get used to, but once you start to master it, you start to see, you know, just how much stronger you can play and how much easier you can pull off pinch harmonics and that kind of stuff too. So it's definitely something worth taking a look at. I'm going to have a dedicated episode on this. I think it's the 3 or 4 things that really influenced my playing over the last couple of years that helped me become a far better guitar player. It's definitely something you guys are going to want to see.
Well, not even close to the sound of my FX3. Keep dreaming.
Right, of course you're talking about my review on the Bogren amp knob there that I did a few weeks back. Yeah, right. Jens Bogren can't come up with a good guitar sound. Okay, who's the one who's dreaming?
My favorite bad Soundguy trick is to take the mic and drop it over the front of the guitar cap. Sounds great.
Oh man, how many shows have you been to where you see that? You know, you got a 4x12 or whatnot, and the guy's got an end-address microphone pointed at the floor to mic the guitarist because he's too fucking cheap to bring along some very simple mic stands. I mean, like, these things are like 30, 40 bucks. They're rock solid, and they're designed for mic and guitar cabs. There's no excuse to not have these at your show. And there's no excuse to not have a bunch of extra clips as well, so you can easily mount those mics. I mean, like, unless the mic is a side address, say like, you know, some of the Sennheiser E609s, I think that those what they were. I had a pair of 609 Silvers once upon a time. They were side address. You could drape those over a cabinet, no problem at all. They save floor space. They're great. But more often than not, I see a 57 or a 58, you know, aimed at the floor, and it's like, what the fuck are you idiots doing?
I love your energy and attitude, but you're fighting a losing battle, brother. Gibson is too big to die.
Congratulations, Lonnie! That is the dumbest comment of the week! Hey, Lonnie, get this. So I did a little bit of homework about your statement, and I made up this handy list of companies that were quote-unquote too big to die. Blockbuster, Kodak, Polaroid, Toys R Us, and Tower Records. None of those companies exist anymore because they didn't fucking innovate. Do you understand the words coming out of my mouth? If Gibson doesn't get up off its ass and figure out a way to get younger buyers to buy their overpriced, horribly quality controlled guitars, they will go out of business. Because the old guys who drunk the Kool-Aid and thought, ooh, it's a Gibson, it's magically awesome, are fucking dying off. Hey guys, real quick. This episode has been sponsored by Eargasm Earplugs. Now this is a brand that I am thrilled to work with because as musicians and recording engineers, our ears are our most valuable asset. If you're going to concerts and shows without protection, you run the risk of permanently damaging your hearing. Now, I've been wearing Eargasm earplugs for the last few months, and they are nothing short of astounding because they allow you to hear the treble end of the spectrum. Most earplugs will protect your hearing at the cost of the entire top end. They work like turning a great big treble knob down on your ears. Eargasm earplugs, on the other hand, allow you to hear something in your top end, but still manage to knock down the sound levels by an expected 21 decibels. And they're absolutely great. I've used them in the photo pit of the Judas Priest concert in Hamilton, Ontario. I went to see The Who in Pontiac and Symphony X in both Toronto and Los Angeles. And each time they have never let me down. They even worked out great on the show floor at NAMM, because I used to dread walking by the drum section there as the most hideous racket ever conceived by man. Now Eargasm makes it tolerable. Now what I really love about these things is that they come in a metal carrying case because I am terrible for losing earplugs. These give you some much needed haptic feedback when you check your pockets and you know you haven't lost them. Go check them out over at eargasm.com, and with each order you get a pair of filters plus 2 sizes of shells to better fit your ears. I can't recommend these enough, guys. They're truly one of the best pieces of gear I've got in years. Hearing loss is no joke. Get Eargasm and protect what you have. Now back to the show.
I find it interesting that since the guitar is under warranty, he didn't take it back. Or maybe he did. Could he have done the damage himself and just made a video to trash Gibson? We will never know. But the fact he never decided to take it back under warranty to fix it makes me think the whole video is suspicious.
Oh my God, you're on to me, Paul Fleming! You totally called me out. You called it like I saw it. Holy fuck, yes, I'm out to destroy Gibson. I'm out to make them look bad. God, why is everything such a fucking conspiracy with you guys? Holy fuck. No, I gave an honest fucking review. I purchased the guitar, it was shipped to me, and that's the condition I got. Could you please explain to me how one would purposely put a crack in the fucking neck joint? Really? I did that? Or I put the streaking in the finish? I did that as well. Yes, it's a fucking conspiracy. Dude, please do us all a favor and unstick your head from your ass, you idiot! Fuck's sakes, I'm trying to look out for the consumer. I'm not trying to drag Gibson through the mud. I've said this numerous times. I bought this guitar because I wanted to give it a Fearless Gear review as well because there was a demand for that. Epiphone is owned by Gibson. If I wanted to trash Gibson, I would have gave this a bad review as well. I know what it's like to work your ass off for fucking money and then wind up spending it on something you wind up regretting. That's the whole fucking point of this show. So I can go buy the guitars so you don't have to and give you some honest fucking feedback because that's what's really lacking out there. That's the whole point of Fearless Gear reviews. I was very, very upset with the paint job I got, but I went and got this afterwards and I was very, very happy with it. And saved myself like $2 fucking grand. There is that as well. By the way, you know, this is a fabulous instrument, but I do have it for sale if somebody wants to hit me up for it because I want to keep funding Fearless Gear reviews. In order to do that, I need to buy and sell instruments. So if anybody wants an awesome deal on an Epiphone V Prophecy guitar with, you know, that's got a great setup and no scratches or anything, hit me up, go consult my business inquiries or something like that. Maybe we can figure something out. Moving on.
I prefer good sound. Even high-priced Epiphones sound like shit. Gibson all the way.
Clearly somebody didn't watch my review on the Epiphone. That thing sounded absolutely incredible. I don't know what the hell you're hearing. If you think Epiphone sounds like shit, guess what? That Gibson's gonna sound like shit too because it's not the fucking pickup so much as the speaker coming that is hooked up to your fucking amplifier. That's where the tone is. I would be more than happy to quote Rip Torn right now from the movie Dodgeball, but I probably get canceled and demonetized all at the same time. So let's not do that, but it's about humping doorknobs. Let's just put it that way.
You are my favorite troll ever. That piece of shit import sounds like every other 200 import piece of shit. Really bad and you love it. Definitely the funniest content creator ever, making junk music gear reviews. The little touches like not knowing how to tune a guitar or even keep your thumb in a decent place while playing it make it authentic enough so people might believe the bullshit you spew is something you believe. Please keep making hilarious videos.
Hey guys, you heard the truth there from Angry Wolf Productions. Apparently I can't tune a guitar or place my thumb correctly. So that makes all of my guitar reviews completely invalid. Please listen to Angry Wolf Productions because he's right on the money. This guitar is an absolute piece of shit. It's definitely not worth the like $379 that it would cost you at Thomann. You know, obviously, you know, the Tesla pickups and the Go-To hardware are trash, and because this guitar is made in China, is literally worse than Hitler. I guess I'm gonna have to just review the super expensive stuff from this point forward. Otherwise, you know, I'm just gonna be a joke.
Glad, frick you, love your content. Don't ever stop putting it out. I've been watching your personal battle with weight loss. You show so much more of who you really are every day, day after day, stepping up. Fucking love it. All that being said, I'm going to have to wave the bullshit flag on this video. Today starts my personal battle. My mission is to show everyone that Thomann and Harley Benton are. I've ordered 2 guitars from them so far. Never again. First one arrived in acceptable condition. Aside from the horrible frets, in the past 5 felt like sandpaper against the strings. The second was damaged in transit due to their horrible packaging. After fighting with both UPS Thomann for months, I finally got that guitar returned, but it didn't get my full purchase price back. They're a horrible company, do horrible business, and do not care about their customer. Maybe I had one-off experience, but I promise you, I'm gonna start to tell everyone about it starting today.
Okay, thanks for writing that in. I mean, like, I have heard a couple horror stories about importing a Harley Benton from Germany into the States, you know, with things like fret creep and whatnot. For what it's worth, I had this guitar sent to me in LA in the summer of 2020. I even did my my guitar synth review on that, can you play metal on a guitar synth video. If you ever want to check that out, do it. But I have had this guitar, like I said, since summer of 2020. There's been no fret creep on this at all. However, this is a caveat. I don't know if Harley Benton has been sending me, you know, their fucking absolute top of the line, no fucking issues guitars or not. I don't know. I haven't got the full consumer experience there. So your mileage may vary. Now, I will tell you this though. I'm gonna have a friend of mine order a Harley Benton directly from Thomann and in his name, and he's gonna give me the guitar so I can give you guys a fearless gear review about the real quality control that Thomann is giving the rest of everyone, because, you know, I just don't know. I've heard some different things about that. You know, are they giving YouTubers their absolute best and the rest of us get screwed? Like, what's the story there? So yeah, I'm gonna do an upcoming fearless gear review on some of the Harley Benton stuff because I think they're fucking cool. I think they offer tremendous value, but I don't know the true consumer experience. So I'm gonna make that happen. The other thing is, yes, if UPS damaged your guitar in transit, I do believe they are responsible. And unfortunately, you're kind of caught in a rock and a hard place there between 2 different corporations, and that really sucks that you didn't get your full replacement value. And if you didn't, somebody needs to step the fuck up there. Probably UPS, but then again, it's UPS. Good luck. I've certainly had a few things shipped to me that have got the wonderful UPS speed holes in them. That's for sure. Hell, we shipped a 4x12 there, me and Alex did a little while ago, and they knocked the magnets off the fucking speakers, and now, you know, everything's in limbo about that. You know, UPS is like, oh, well, it wasn't packed properly. It's like, it was packed by you at your fucking store, you assholes. So there you go. Maybe you should be proceeding with caution when it comes to shipping with UPS, because believe me, brother, you are not the only one to have experienced the UPS shipping nightmare.
Yes, Glad, please do some fearless gear reviews on the cameras and what kind of lenses you use. Manual/autofocus, full frame, or still micro four thirds. What Tone stop, that would rock. Cheers from the armpit of the universe, Florida.
Oh, I don't know about Florida being the armpit of the universe. Clearly you've never been to Sarnia, Ontario. Anyway, yeah, I'd like to do some more camera stuff now. If you guys didn't catch it, I actually did a fearless gear review on the new Panasonic GH6. I ran into some issues with there was a quality issue with the camera, and I actually ran into some issues trying to get hold of Panasonic and getting the store to take it back because it was quote unquote outside their return policy period. Got some interesting developments on that one. I will say this, once I put out that review, Panasonic called me personally and said, hey, no problem, we'll replace it. So cheers to Panasonic, and cheers to Vistec, the retailer who sold me the camera. They said, yeah, that should have never happened. You know, we've got that return policy in place to keep people from buying cameras, using them on a shoot, and then returning them, because that will put a retailer out of business. So I'm not questioning that whatsoever. But they said if they've got a quality issue with the camera, no problem, they'll take care of it. That being said, this Blackmagic Pocket 4K, this camera needs a fearless gear review because so many people just want to kiss Blackmagic ass, and I think they completely screwed the pooch on this camera in a lot of ways. This is still micro four thirds. I've still got a GH5 for my desktop side shots. I'm probably going to hang on that. So I've still got a bit of micro four thirds glass, but I've still got my S1H, and I just bought an FX3. I wound up taking back my GH6 and getting the Sony FX3 because unlike the GH6 which has horrible autofocus, this thing really doesn't trick. Like, you can really get into it. And it tracks. Like, I go way back here. and it totally tracks, and then it'll do, you know, I can hold up a guitar or whatnot. It'll focus on the guitar just like that, and then right back on me. The AI on the focusing on this thing is truly magnificent, and it's gonna just help me get my job done quicker. And really at this point, I think that's what it comes down for me more than anything when it comes to cameras is quality of life. How fast is this thing gonna help me get my shots without fucking around? I mean, like, I did a lot of work there earlier this year in anamorphic, and I love the look of anamorphic. I really do. But it's also like doing YouTube on hard mode, so I might do some more anamorphic stuff in the future, but just in terms of efficiency and, you know, getting on with my day and actually having some free time once in a while, I'll probably be doing most of my work with the FX3. And you can expect a Fearless Gear review on that, because although it's really great in a lot of ways, I've got a very long list of complaints for like really stupid basic shit that could probably be fixed in the firmware. And for all those of you guys who want, well, Glenn, you know, we want music gear. Well, you know what? Being a music studio probably isn't enough these days. For a lot of you guys, you might want to offer some video services along the way. And if I do some camera reviews and whatnot, it's going to be in the context of music production and music videos and YouTube content, that kind of thing, you know, which is my wheelhouse. I'm definitely not going to be doing camera reviews for wedding videos, if that's what you're worried about.
One time we were playing a show, everybody warned us about Soundguy, but we didn't think it could be that bad. Trust me, it was that bad. Soundguy didn't even mic the amps and got the signal directly lined out of the amp without a capstan and put in front of house. I told him don't do that. He looked at me like, you guys want to turn the amps up loud. No, you asshole, I want to sound good. We argued a little bit, and at the end, he didn't mic the amps. Oh, by the way, we're the only band that played day it was a release show. That guy has a sound engineering degree, by the way.
Yeah, I think we've all had a few gigs here and there where the house sound guy was pretty fucking terrible. But then again, you know, if it was a CD release show, did you maybe consider hiring a sound guy if it was that critical of a deal, and maybe bringing your own guy to work on the house system? Did that ever cross your fucking mind? You know, that's the thing. It never ceases to amaze me how much musicians will bitch about, you know, a bar sound guy, and like, well, did you hire somebody? No. Well, then what the fuck did you expect? You know, if you want good sound, hire somebody, you cheap fucks. Anyway, I do remember one, this was kind of funny, a band I used to work with. It's like the singer wanted a lot of vocal monitors. He actually would bring extra monitors to the gig, extra power and whatnot. And I remember he played a few gigs with sound guy. Nope, you're not hooking that up. It's like, dude, it's like fucking 2 extra cables you got to hook up. Nope, not doing it. Fuck's sake. Some people are very fucking bullheaded, and I'm sorry you had to deal with a guy who didn't know how to mic a cabinet, and it sounds like he might have been suffering from what we were talking about earlier, not enough mic stands to go around and whatnot. At the very least, you know, if you're going to play a show like that, bring a fucking torpedo captor. That way, if you run into a genius sound guy like that, you can hand him an XLR with a cab sim already on it. Problem fucking solved.
People may not like you, but at least you make good mix choices, unlike Trey from Gear Gods.
Yeah, I would agree there. Trey is a bit of a tosser, isn't he?
Glenn, how much do you credit Steel Panther with the modern traditional metal revolution?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know if Steel Panther, it's like a combination of a number of things. I mean, like Steel Panther, I will say this is a brilliant live band. If you haven't had the chance to go see them play live, go. You are going to have a very, very good time. Just don't bring the kids, or they're going to learn some new concepts. Let's just put it that way. Anyway, I'm really kind of blown away by the modern traditional metal scene. I think I'd really like to maybe work with one of those bands. I was talking with a group earlier this year from Toronto, and they kind of broke up, so I'm actually looking for a band like that to record, because that's definitely my wheelhouse. I'm like, my favorite bands are like Judas Priest, Iron Maiden, Deep Purple, and Black Sabbath. I think that kind of sums it up right there. So I don't know. Maybe if there's a traditional metal band out there that is interested in maybe doing a single or an EP or something like that, that might be a project I'd be willing to take on. I think it'd be an awful lot of fun, especially if you guys have an awesome singer, because I love working with awesome singers.
In my opinion, better to have the truss rod too loose than rather too tight. When I was working as a tech at Guitar Center last month until I got fired when a coworker assaulted me, an LTD 5-string bass came in brand new. Jimmy, the QC guy in Indonesia, decided to tighten the truss rod excessively. The neck was so backbowed you literally couldn't play a single note on the fretboard. I have other stories from Guitar Center. My store had gone through multiple managers, warehouse workers, and repair techs before I was hired. When I raised these concerns to my district manager, a coworker that had worked with the previous manager somehow found out and started to harass me. Later, when he actually assaulted me, I stood up for myself and I didn't get intimidated and back down like a pussy. Corporate decided to fire both of us. So much for you're the most technically savvy tech we've had in a while, or we can accommodate your disability, PTSD, autism. Fuck you, Level. You couldn't even use your real name at work, you stupid thug.
Dude, a lot to unpack in that one. About your truss rod thing, yeah, you know, I think you might have a point. I mean, like, again, I'm looking for moderation. I mean, like, yeah, don't backbow the fucking instrument, but then again, don't ship with it fucking rattling loose around in the fucking neck. I mean, like, a little bit of, you know, maybe some sanity there would go a long way. Once again, I'm referencing the Epiphone review I did there a couple weeks back. Great guitar, but it would have been nice if the truss rod had at least a little bit of tension on it. I don't know. Maybe I'm weird. As for your other thing, yes, you made the mistake there of fighting back at work because when it comes down to it, any corporation you're working for, human resources is not your friend. They are there to protect the company, and that is it. They're not looking out for you. They're looking out for the company, and they're going to take the path of least resistance. It doesn't matter how fucking good of a guitar tech you are. It doesn't matter the hours you put in, the dedication you put into that corporation. If you're a liability, you are fucking gone. So my suggestion, if you got somebody threatening you at work, get evidence and don't fight back. Just get it on camera, and that'll be the end of it, because it's very, very hard for human resources to deny that kind of shit. They might come after you for having a camera at work, but then again, you could always hit them up for security camera footage as well if you've been assaulted. Because the last thing they're going to want to do is get sued by you for failing to provide a safe work environment. That's what you should have done right there, is not gone to human resources, but gone to your local chapter of, say, the National Labor Relations Board and say you're being threatened at work and work is not doing anything about it. Don't go to the company first. Go to an outside agency that's going to investigate. But the ultimate solution to all of that shit is to get together with your fellow workers and organize. Because remember, there is strength in numbers.
Any suggestions of advice on guitars for fat people? All of these things are an issue for me. Belly budge, sausage fingers, finding the best position to play, playing with or without a strap.
Well, speaking as a guy who used to weigh 312 pounds, I think you're asking the wrong questions there about, how to positions and all that kind of thing. I think you need to ask yourself two fundamental questions, maybe three. How much did I eat today? What did I eat? And how far did I walk today? Answer those questions and you might have some better answers to how you should be playing your guitar. Seriously though, dude, I went on the keto diet and dropped about 60 pounds, and my life has just been fucking energized ever since. I'd highly recommend watching The Magic Pill. It's on Netflix. If it's still on there, I really recommend watching that and changing up your diet and stop eating excessive carbohydrates. You're going to find a massive improvement in your quality of life. I had some serious back issues because of my weight, actually. And since the weight's come off, I haven't had any more back problems, and that's been fucking phenomenal. I like to go biking all the time. I do 20K runs basically every other day at this point to just kind of maintain where I'm at. And yeah, I had to give up pasta, but you know what? So be it. I'm much happier this way.
I know people love to give you shit and make mean comments, Glenn, but you literally have shaped how I play and record guitar. You're also the reason I'm pulling the trigger on getting the Epiphone extra ASAP. Thanks so much for what you do. Keep killing it.
Oh, thanks very much there, Andrew McCallum. I really do appreciate that. I'm glad you got some use out of that. And, I'll say this, everybody who I met at NAMM, was really cool and whatnot. I got a lot of people come up to me and say, hey, I love your videos. Thanks so much. You've really helped me with my recording, with my playing, all that. And, that's really great to hear some positive feedback for a change, because I could just get so run down in the comments a lot of the time. It's very nice to get a little bit of affirmation once in a while. And for all you guys who do enjoy my videos, I'm absolutely grateful for all your support. You guys fucking rule. A bunch of you guys were cool enough to come to NAMM with me, and we all went out for dinner, and we got a picture right here of the SMG Discord crew. We had an absolute blast. And one of the guys from my Discord actually wound up winning the Rev Generator Mark III that they were giving away. So that worked out pretty damn well. It was great. It's our friend Nick. He's from Ohio, and he just about wet himself when he won that thing. So that was just really great. It was a wonderful time. Hope to see a bunch of you guys at the next NAMM as well, which will be in April. Overall though, just a great time. And by the way, yes, we've got an amazing crew over on the SMG Discord. If you need some help with your recording, mixing, and whatnot, come hang out. It's an absolute blast.
Watch out, we got Gatekeeper Sandy over here.
Hey, Sin Dragon, here's the thing. Maybe nobody read you the memo, but suggesting that people get singing lessons isn't gatekeeping. It's solid career advice, you dumb fuck. All right, everybody, that's it for this episode. Make sure you check out Eargasm Earplugs. Been always happy to have them on the show, because protecting your hearing when you're into music is absolutely mission critical. More than happy to have them on the show, and I make sure to bring them with me wherever I'm going. They're in my roller bag just to make sure I've got some protection. They're really great on the show floor, whether you're at a concert or at a convention or whatnot. They will definitely help you out. Can't recommend them enough. All right, that's it for this episode. Until next time, Hasadigi Eboy.